If you're anything like me, then you have a gazillion devices on your desk, but maybe only one monitor. So that's the case with me. I have a laptop, I have a computer somewhere, and I also have a Raspberry Pi. In my case, it's the Raspberry Pi 5, but it doesn't have to be the 5. Now, like I said, I only have one desktop monitor. So when I'm using the laptop, which is most of the time, the laptop is plugged into the monitor, so I have an extra display. But when I want to use the Raspberry Pi, I have to take out the HDMI cable from my laptop and replace it with the HDMI that's connected to my Raspberry Pi. And that's really, really annoying. So, if you're like me, like I said, with a million devices, then you probably maybe have an old tablet that you can like sacrifice for this. In my case, it's a old iPad generation 1 that is totally broken and doesn't update anymore and can't install any software. So what I did was take out the display, because the display can be repurposed as a normal display. Most people don't know it, but there's nothing special about an iPad display. It's not only for Apple. So I've already done some prep work. I'm not going to bore you with that, but basically with a knife, you can cut away some of the rubbery edges here, and then you take just your random pocket knife and find this one, the pry bar thingy, and very gently scoop it out. So what you do is you go in there, and it's just held down by clips. You can see those little thingies. So you do that around, you go around your device, and be careful because the display is obviously connected to the inside of the iPad. So just kind of like get it out of there. Don't hurt yourself, obviously.
You must be very proud of yourself.
So what you end up with is the display itself, and when you turn it over, you get this. And what you need to pay attention to is the little sticker there, because that will tell you, let's focus, that will tell you what kind of a display it is. So the type of display. You write down that number, or you just take a photo of it, but you keep it safe. Then you go to AliExpress and you order a display board controller. And let's assume I just did that, and let's also assume it's very fast and it already arrived. And what you will get is one of these. Now, it looks very intimidating, but trust me, it is not. So you see on the board you have HDMI, you have a VGA connector, you have a power barrel plug here, and you even have the controls, so the buttons. Usually, you know, the buttons underneath your display for the menu options, that's this, and also the on-off button. So you get this, and what you do then is, there's one piece missing. In my case, I needed a 12-volt power source. Now, I have a lot of power sources laying around. for stuff I don't need anymore. So I just took a random power source that I have, and I checked out the website, the manufacturer website, to see the voltage and the amperes. Well, if they match, and in this case, this is for my massage thing, and it's 12 volt and 2 amperes, and it matches the requirements for the board. So, and the barrel plug is the same, so I could use this. If you don't have one of these, get yourself a power supply. So what you do then is, let's plug this in. You connect the, let's get this out of the way. You connect the controller to your display. It's very simple. There's a little plug here that matches that little plug there. So be gentle with this because it's very fragile. There you go, just very careful, plug it in. There we go. Then get your power supply and put it in like this. Get the USB cable for the from the Raspberry Pi. Put that in. All right. And now the cool stuff. So find the power button, which is for me at the end here. Turn it on. The light goes on. And there is the computer. Now I have a dedicated little Bluetooth mouse. So I can just use that, and as you can see, here's the menu. You can just use your iPad screen as a monitor for your Raspberry Pi. So then it's up to you to really integrate this on your desk. But what I did, because I'm very lazy. Let me unplug this for a second. What I did was I got the box that they sent me the controller in, like this. I got this little phone stand, and then I just put this on the stand, and then put the controller into the box it was sent in. Leave this one to the side, and I already cut out the spots where the ports are. So like that. You can see I have a little computer box, and there's my USB port or my HDMI port. It looks messy, but you know, whatever. And just plug it in. That's one. And that's the other one. There we go. So I put this under my monitor, and then whenever I need to do something, I just use this little strip to turn on and turn off my display. I can use my Raspberry Pi, I can do some things there, I can start some services, I can do whatever I need to do on the Raspberry Pi. When I'm done, just turn it off, and it takes no space whatsoever. It's underneath my monitor. My monitor is on an arm, and it just slides underneath it. So that's my tip for, if you have a Raspberry Pi, but you only have one monitor, but you do have old devices that you have discarded that don't work anymore, or you can repurpose stuff. That's what I want to say. Repurpose your little display. It comes in handy if you have a Raspberry Pi. So that's my short tip, and I will catch you in the next video.